Welcome back to another episode of A Double-Edged Sword. In this episode, we will be taking a look at Mighty No. 9, which is on Xbox, PlayStation, Wii U, and PC. I do want to say that while playing this game, I tried to stay as optimistic as possible, and looked past everything bad that happened with the Kickstarter. Also, everything in this video is my opinion, and if you have any contrary thoughts, I would love to hear them in the comments below. Disclaimer. None of the footage used in this video is my own. It is either taken from a trailer, a preview, or from Game Explains.
Bad.
Graphics. Now I know Mighty No. 9 is trying to be a spiritual successor to Mega Man, but I had no idea it was also trying to be a retro game. But instead of going for a stylized retro look a la Shovel Knight, instead they went for a look a la a PS2 game, which honestly doesn't look that good, and I can guarantee you will not age well.
Bad.
Cutscenes. They're stilted, and they don't flow that well. Also, the characters have no lip syncing, which just made the cutscenes feel even weirder than they already are.
Bad.
Voice acting. It's bad, and it really starts to get grating after a while. Also, some of the characters will not shut the hell up, and they just keep talking. And whenever you die, you have to listen to all the dialogue you've already heard again, and there's no way to skip it.
Mega Man, those are called hammer joes. They'll swing their mighty hammer around and then throw it, so you better watch your...
I already know this!
Mega Man!
Good.
The story. Even though it is simple, I do enjoy the story behind Mighty No. 9. Basically, in the future, there is this event called the Battle Coliseum, where professors create robots to face off against one another. But one day, everything changed when a mysterious virus infected robots all across the country, specifically 8 of the Mighty Numbers, created by Dr. White. Subtle. And while that sounds a lot like a Mega Man setup, if it ain't broke, don't break it, unlike the rest of the game.
Bad.
Load times. I don't know how it is across all platforms, but on the Wii U version, the load times are upwards of 30 seconds, which is even worse when you think about what the game is actually loading.
Bad.
Frame rates. Remember, I played the Wii U version, and in it, there were multiple times in the game when the frame rates would just slow to a crawl, and by the time they had already increased, I was already dead.
Bad.
Difficulty. At first, I thought the difficulty was good. It's hard, but fair. After a while, though, I realized that it was just bullshit, and the game can just be completely unfair at times.
Good.
Victory. While I did feel the game's difficulty was bullshit, I will admit that after I beat a boss, I did genuinely feel a sense of accomplishment.
Bad.
Instant death traps. The game overuses them, and at points it was unbearable. There were times when I was in the room before the boss with 5 lives and full health, and lost all of my lives just because of instant death traps. And this happened multiple times, on multiple stages. Like I said in the opening, while playing Mighty No. 9, I tried to stay as optimistic as possible. I had heard that the game was mediocre, but I still tried to find something I could enjoy, and I just couldn't. I hated this game so much, and honestly at one point it broke me. What I mean by that is at one point I died and my death was such bullshit that I just sat there and stared at my screen for like 20 minutes contemplating what I was doing with my life, which I never thought would happen during my playthrough. I honestly found it hard to talk about this game, just because of how insurmountable it is. You see, the point of this show is to highlight both the good and the bad from within a game. It doesn't really cover the stuff in between. Things like the soundtrack, the level design, the character design, and the controls. They were all just middle of the road, not that bad, not that good either, mediocrity. It doesn't mean there was no fun to be had, but the parts where I actually enjoyed myself were so far and few in between that the game just felt like a chore. Overall, if it wasn't obvious, I hate this game. It is a very mediocre game that just rubs me the wrong way. But I will admit there are people that will like this game. This game has qualities that I know some people will find enjoyable, even though the overall package is mediocre. Most of the people that will find enjoyment here have to be platformers fans. But you need to know, to accept this game, you have to accept the fact that it is mediocre. For anybody else who is even slightly interested in the game, I recommend picking up the Mega Man Legacy Collection. It's the original 6 Mega Man games, it's a few bucks cheaper, and it's available on everything but Wii U.